What do you do in the evening when you don't know what to do? Read a book, play a game, every night is just the same. What do you say if I tell you how to keep from feeling blue? My advice is good to take and it's easier to do. When you're all alone, any old night, and you're feeling out of tune, pick up your hat, close up your flat, and get out and get under the moon. Underneath the bright, silvery light, you'll be feeling better soon. Pick up your hat, close up your flat, and get out and get under the moon. Look, look, look at the stars above. Look, look, look at those sweeties love. Oh boy, give me a night in June. I mean it, all you got to do any old night when you're feeling out of tune. Pick up your hat, close up your flat, and get out and get under the moon. When you make a date any old night, gonna meet your sweetie soon. Pick up your hat, close up your flat, and get out and get under the moon. Underneath the bright, silvery light, that's the only place to spoon. Pick up your hat, close up your flat, and get out and get under the moon. Walk, walk, kiss and then walk again. Talk, talk, kiss and then talk again. Oh joy, sweethearts are all in tune. I mean it, when it's raining out, stay in a room, but on a lovely night in June, here's what to do, sweetie, and you just get out and get under the moon. If you're with a girl and she is cold, says she doesn't want her spoon, don't you feel blue? Here's what you do, just get out and get under the moon. If you feel a kiss and she gets sore, she'll forget it mighty soon. Don't stop to fret, she'll learn to pet when you get her under the moon. Indoors, there's not a thing to do. In-laws walk in and out on you. Oh boy, sister and brother too. I've tried it, just take my advice. If she is nice, nice as any night in June, just take her hand, she'll understand, and get out and get under the moon.
Well, hey everybody, how y'all doing tonight? Mr. Clickety Clacks is at the helm. This should be interesting. Why is there a picture? I don't know. I haven't caught up yet. God damn, that song's long. Wow. So Keith, you have to tell us what you mean by like all these things. Like you're gonna lose your ass, jewelry, clothes, mugs, soap, and I'm fucked. Haunt and gather my ass. Nobody in the building has evil shit like evil shit like Mr. Well One guy has bison skull. What? What are we talking about? No, yeah, no, that I knew, but I'm talking about like the 4 or 5 sentences that Keith put out there. Keith, what's the name of the show you're going to? I know you told me, now I can't remember. Trying to be like Knight Rider. Oh, it is called Haunt and Gather. Yeah, where's it at, Keith? And then are you just not getting a good vibe from this show? Jewelry mugs. No, 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 no. The show that he is vending at this weekend. Yeah, you're gonna be the odd man out. I think that's gonna be awesome. Crown Point, Indiana Fairgrounds. He is doing it. He's loaded up. He's gonna leave tomorrow. Oh, I see. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
God damn it. I had a whole fucking I had a whole point made as to why you should go to this show, and my drunk ass was muted. I'm sorry, dude. Listen, I've had a really shitty couple days. And you know what? Fucking things happen. But as I was saying, I think you should go, because if I go to, I go to a convention, right? And it's like random bullshit, jewelry, coffee mugs, clothes, coffee, soap, and whatever. And then what I'm specifically looking for is something for like a haunt. And then all of a sudden there's a big ass display full of haunt stuff. That's where I'm going to spend all my fucking time. I think you'll make your money back. I really do.
Now, Keith, let's talk for a minute here.
$385 is a lot, I will admit.
Keith, okay, I'm on their Facebook page, and it's not Haunt and Gather, it's Hunt and Gather.
He probably read the fucking description wrong.
Dude, I mean, they put an A in it on the thing, but I mean, it's, it's
he said tattooers are there, so that may be my saving grace. They better put you next to the fucking people doing the tattoos. I feel like this went off the rails fucking real quick. And I wasn't even a part of it. I had nothing to do with this. I was supportive.
Yeah, no, I see they changed the name for Octoby.
Octoby. Wow.
But when you have something that's normally like...
Go fuck yourself, Keith. That's what I'm hearing. Just go fuck yourself.
See, now Keith is like, he's like, fuck both of you. Cause
I want to know where all the goddamn fucking cobwebs and candlestick followers are that aren't following us when the leader of cobwebs and candlesticks is one of our regulars. Keith, what are you doing? Get us out there. Send them over here. Be like, hey, these guys fucking get it. They got their dicks out. They're doing things.
And blow my nose. There you go.
We're fucking blowing our noses here.
I didn't have a chance to mute. So take that, goddamn.
Again, it's one of the fucking many things that makes this shit real. You know? This is not a professional thing whatsoever. One of us is drunk. One of us has a cold.
No, just
Or allergies.
No allergies.
Somebody sneezing into the goddamn microphone, and it wasn't me.
That was me. Sleeping in the pedo van. The thing is it's like they took their normal flyer for all these hunt and gathers. Same exact thing. It says 150 artists and artisans, and they just put an A hanging from a cobweb, so it's hunt and gather. It's like cheating.
He said, he's like, well, there's a bar there, so I'm getting shit-faced and tatted and sleeping in the pedo van. That sounds like Terrifier 3. Which, by the way, dude, alright, so I hated the Terrifier series for the longest time. Like, I was just like, nah, I don't want to see it. I watched it, and holy shit, dude. The first two Terrifier movies are actually pretty good. I will watch the third one.
I will watch the third. I'm trying to like look through their pictures and see.
I shared they must be jewelry people. We've got jewelry. You can get a fucking earring with Dolos on it. Pretty sure that's an option.
It's like one of the things somebody made was like a creepy version of Mary Magdalene holding a mangled looking lamb. And that's not the October one either. It's just
No, well, I will say Terrifier 1 I liked more than Terrifier 2. One was good though. It felt different. It felt like very B movie-esque, which I really loved. And it had a really decent amount of kill scenes. 2 was similar, but like the story of 2 was a little more drawn out than I feel it needed to be. And I think they were really going for like Terrifier 3 to be like, oh, well, now everybody gets it. I don't like movies that end like that. But whatever. The first one was wonderful, and I enjoyed it.
Keith, they do have pictures on their Facebook. Ezekiel, yes, and hey, buddy, how you doing? Like here's a picture of I think it says, "Don't be a wimp. Arm wrestle a derby girl for charity, $3." And you're bringing voodoo sticks. This is going to be, whew, you're going to be kicked out. Yeah, this is like, I don't know, man. I don't see any pictures of spooky things in any of their. There's some cool antiques. Great building. But
We all hate clowns. Fuck clowns. It's been my stance from day one. Do not like clowns or clerns or any derivative of the term clown.
hey, Keith, maybe they can put you next to the table where they're selling vintage tablecloth clutch purses.
In here we have skull keys and shrunken heads and slightly distorted goblins, and then the Amish people with whatever the fuck they're selling.
really need to see pictures of this place when you go, Keith. With your setup next to this person who is selling zingers.
Hey, Ranger.
Hey, Ranger.
I honestly have a deep-seated hatred of clowns. Like, the only clowns that I'm okay with are the clowns from Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Other than that, like, vagabond clowns, oh no, dude. You come at me with a vagabond clown, I will punch you directly in your fucking jaw. I don't care. You could be a fucking circus performer and I'm gonna punch you. I just can't help myself. I hate it.
All right, I need to focus my attention on the stream because I got too engrossed in the weird ass stuff at Haunt, Hunt, and Gather, or whatever the hell.
Mug guy is next to me. He swears like a pirate. Can't wait to get 2 beers in him. Purse lady is on my other side. She looks nervous. Sup, Rick? 2 beers and an invite to the pedo van. I love Killer Clowns. Free Wi-Fi and candy. Captain Spaulding is... You know what? I also concede that Captain Spaulding reached a point in my life that made me scared, and I did not like his character. But knowing that he was actually psychotic, and then meeting Sid Haig, like, I literally hung out with Sid Haig for like almost an hour. Dude had no line whatsoever. It was like the highlight of my like nerdy horror film stuff. I smoked a cigarette with George Romero in a hallway. And then I met Sid Haig and we just sat and chat for like an hour. And that was back in the day of the FX show, which I believe the FX show eventually turned into Spooky Empire after Petey took over. But
they had to cancel it this weekend, by the way.
Which I did post.
Yes, you did.
I caught that and I was like, well, I'm gonna post it. But yeah, the FX show, they actually... So when you like registered for the FX show, they gave you a piece of cloth that was cut from Storm's cloak from X-Men. The one with Halle Berry. So I have a fucking... like a 2x2 piece of cloth that was from the cloak Halle Berry wore during the filming of X-Men. And that's not even the best part of that whole weekend. Honestly, the best part was I smoked a cigarette with Sid Haig, or with George Romero, in, like, literally it was a hallway in between 2 buildings. He stepped out and I was already smoking. He was like, hey, what's up? And I was like, nah, just smoking. What are you doing? He was like, no, I'm gonna smoke too. And there were no handlers around or anything. It was the craziest experience of my entire life. It was just like, I'm fucking hanging out with George Romero, who is like fucking 6'7". Dude was tall as fuck, by the way. And then we went back into the hall, met up with Sid Haig, hung out with him for about an hour, and then we hung out with the what was it? It was the nurse zombie and the sweater zombie from Night of the Living Dead. And we just literally just sat there and talked to them for like an hour about nothing. There was like no industry stuff going on. They were just like, oh, where are you from? And I was like, yeah, we're from New Smyrna. And he was like, oh, I've been in New Smyrna too. I love fucking McKenna's. And I was like, that's literally across the street from my house. And he was like, oh, dude, that's cool. It was a weird experience. But just chilling and hanging out with Sid Haig for almost an hour, that's my big flex. Although I will say, smoking a cigarette with George Romero with two other people around, that honestly is probably my biggest flex. Because like he literally came out a side door where we were standing. He was like, oh, what's going on? I was like, no, nothing. He just lit up a cigarette and we just stood there smoking our fucking cigarettes. Wasn't like we had any real conversation. I was just like, oh my God, I'm fucking smoking a cigarette with goddamn George Romero right now. I had nothing to say. I just smoked my cigarette along with him. And then he dipped back inside and I went around. And that's actually when I went around and hung out with Sid Haig and the two people from Dawn of the Dead. That was a good show, dude. I missed the FX show. I know, like, fucking, you know, Scream Fest or whatever the fuck they call themselves now does a great job. They get all the good celebrities. But they're just, the number of people that went to the early like horror convention shows was so different. Like you weren't waiting in line for an hour and a half to meet, you know, like a B-list celebrity. You could literally walk up to Sid Haig and he would just like talk to you. There was no lines. It was so good. Hi, Danny. By the way, sorry, just saw your message. My eyes have been closed. I am like 45% asleep.
45%.
I just know there are things happening beyond me. Could be a short show, though. I'm not going to lie. I might actually have to go before I do fall asleep at the desk. Just letting everybody know in advance. This is not my best performance whatsoever. Still dealing with a lot of shit from yesterday. And, I don't know. I don't know how to feel. We spent the day celebrating my mom's life. Like, we did all the things that she loved to do. And we were doing the whole, like, you know, this is what she would want. But at the end of the day, I don't know. I guess it's just the following days.
Bye, Keith.
Feelings, you know. I just don't feel. I'm not in it. I'm not committed.
Mm-hmm.
So we can end the show whenever you're ready. Mostly because if not, I'm gonna fall asleep and we won't end the show on time whatsoever. I'm just being honest.
We'll go to 8:30. How's that? 4 more minutes.
Oh shit, we've only been on for 26 minutes. God damn, dude. I'm sorry, buddy. This is 100% on me. The last 2 days for me have been hard, and I'm trying my best. And I don't know. Do we have haunt news? I know Halloween Horror Nights is going to be open on Friday.
Yeah, probably so. Really, other than that, I'm not hearing. There's haunts that have closed down. Of course, there's haunts that are now damaged. There's home haunts where they've just, in Florida, they're just like, we're done. Put stuff up, take it down, put stuff up, take it down. But you're not hearing the fervor online like you normally do, like people going completely batshit crazy that, hey, we're opening, or hey, we're going. And it's really low key this year. It's really, really, really low key this year.
And I'm really I kind of want to, I didn't see anything from Sir Henry's haunt, which I know is right down there in that region. They had to have taken some damage, whether it was, catastrophic or like, all right, we can fix this in a couple days. I didn't see anything from them.
Hang in there, James. Ezekiel, I'm okay. Once again, knock on wood, I'm the part of Florida that it stayed sunny and we had a very nice, cool breeze. So
legitimately hammered. I'm actually not legitimately hammered. I am drunk enough to the point that my exhaustion is catching up to my drunkenness. And I don't have a lot to say. Good or bad, if I was drunk, I would probably say a lot of things that would be not great for us, but were my opinion. But I'm sober enough to be like, that we'll keep it on the keel, and I
hear that dead end. Sorry about that. Go ahead. Sorry.
I know there's even between here and South Carolina, just from Janine itself, it was Janae? Helene. Fuck. That's what I said. See, I couldn't tell you that I was pronouncing things right, but I knew the first three letters. I just couldn't pronounce them correctly. All right, fuck it. We're going to end the show because I sound like a dickhead, and I don't want to do that anymore.
Well, all right. Well, 30 minutes is good. Everybody, thanks for coming.
I'm sorry, guys. This week has just caught up to me. And last week we had a whole thing. I promise you I will be back next week in a better form. Not as bad as I currently am.
All right, we'll let everybody go. You stay safe. Everybody stay safe. Florida, stay safe. We'll still in hurricane season, but be excellent to each other. And I will just go ahead and end the stream because Clickety Clacks is
going to bed.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. Okay.